This is the ultimate steak frites, or meat and chips, if you want to be all Aussie about it. Ooh, that's very nice. If you think chimichurri is the goat of steak sauce, think again. I challenge you, I implore you to make this and give me feedback. I cannot think about steak the same way after I made this sauce. This sauce is everything.
Cannot think about, cannot stop talking about.
Okay. Yes, I've mentioned it a few times since I cracked the code, because it's top secret, and I researched the shit out of it, and I found 75 different recipes all over the place. Testing. Yaz is sick of eating it, but we've come up with just the greatest sauce ever. L'entrecote sauce. It's a Parisian secret. I'll put on the screen where it was invented, and because I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I probably should have researched that before.
Created, probably not invented. No,
it was invented. It was Anyway, it's been a top secret thing forever. But we're going to start with the fritesy part. So let's get on board with these potatoes, Yazzo.
Did the Greeks invent it? Did the Greeks create it?
The Greeks didn't do everything.
Bet you they did. Bet you they did. Anyway, the Greeks invented potato.
Okay, the Greeks invented potatoes. So, chips, fries, frites. You want a floury, starchy potato, not a moisture-filled, waxy one. I like a little bit of peel. I like it to look a bit rustic, so I'm just going to kind of square them off, just kind of like this, and leave a little bit of peel on. I haven't wasted very much there. In actual fact, if we go back to the lamb video, Yazzo, our most famous, 120,000 views now, I think. They're about as thick as the peels that you do with your knife Greek style anyway, I reckon.
Dickhead.
Oh, hang on one sec. I need to get the guard for the mandolin.
Oh, my arm's getting sore.
What did you do? You did something shifty.
No, I just cheersed.
You did something shifty. All right, so we're going to use a mandolin for this. I've got the thickest blade that I have. I highly recommend that you use the guard, because, well, it's just not worth cutting off your fingers. And what we're going to do is run these potatoes through the mandolin, I'm sorry, like this. And these ones, look at this, very nice, Yazzo. They come up, they're kind of a little bit thicker than Macca's, I would say. About that thickness, and they got little bits of peel on them, and they look lovely and rustic. There you go, look at that. Lovely. You cut them as thick as you want, really, but that's how I'm doing mine. And when you're done with them, we want to put them in some cold water and change out the water 3 times over the course of 20, 30 minutes or whatever, however long you've got. Rinse them as much as you care to, get as much starch out of them as you can, and you end up with a crispier result in the end. So we'll crack on and do the rest of these. Okay, so that's that. We'll let them soak for a little bit. The next bit, the sauce. So, we have all of these lovely ingredients here, Yazzo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ingredients in total. I think the original has about 18. You've got to make a mayonnaise, and ain't nobody got time for that. So, we start with 1 onion or 1 shallot or 2 shallots, depending upon the size. You don't need to cut them up too fine, because we're going to blitz the living shit out of them soon. And 1 block of butter. 1 block of butter, Yazzo. Come around, let's get this going. Can you at least get a cinematic shot of like, Jesus, how long are we doing this for?
Interrupted us too many times. That's super. Just exceptional. Yep. Wonderful.
Yep.
Wow.
It's going to be amazing.
You're feeding the whole street.
You want to just cook these until they're translucent, and so that you don't split the shit out of the butter, you want to do this on a fairly, like a reasonably low heat. So be patient, just kind of give it about 5 minutes. All right, where are we? Sauce time. Okay, so what we want to do, I'll move the bullet out of the way for a sec. So let's do this. All the ingredients will be in the description. Now, these herbs, you can't really replace them. Work with me here. There's no real substitutes for any of this stuff. Where was I? Take two. All right, parsley, first of all, and that goes. Doesn't matter if there's, this one's been sitting on the bench for a bit and got some yellow leaves, but it doesn't matter. Absolutely the most critical one and the hardest to find too. We're in Melbourne, as you probably already know. If you've been watching the videos for a little bit, tarragon is not a herb that you can buy from the supermarket in Melbourne. I don't think anywhere. I've never seen it. We get it from a specialty grocer, but you cannot replace it. Fresh tarragon, there's no other way to do it. So tarragon in. Then we're going in with some thyme, fresh thyme. I've just picked the tender tips from the top. Pop those in. We have some capers, lovely capers, they can go in.
Direct from Paros.
They are from Paros. I forgot about that. They are from Paros. 3 anchovy fillets. Now, I don't like anchovies as a rule. I'm not a fan. Why do the kids always interrupt? Where was I? I'm not a fan of anchovies, but please don't leave them out. They add a lot to the depth of the sauce, and you will not know that they are in there. And you probably heard people say before, you won't know that they're in there. I promise you that you won't.
Babe, you've put about 6.
No, I have not. 1, 2.
That's not one fillet.
Oh, that's... well, that's enough. That's fine. All right, well, I'll put this one back.
Give it to me.
All right, yes, I can have it. Look, it's a small amount. There you go.
15 anchovy fillets.
It's a small amount anyway. We're not putting any salt in this sauce, so it is the capers and the anchovies are the salt content for the sauce. Okay, next, the yolk of 1 egg, just like that. Just do it over the sink and pop that in. A large heaped teaspoon of Dijon. Like a solid amount. Maybe a little bit.
Oh.
For our American friends, it's Worcestershire. Not Worcestershire, it's Worcestershire. I know, it's English, right? We always put letters in where they're not required. It's Worcestershire. A dash, a solid, yeah, about that much.
It's a bit rude, correcting people.
No, I'm not correcting. Well, I am correcting people, but it is because it's English. The English generally know how to say it. And my parents are Old English, Scottish actually, and we know what's going on.
You know how to say it too.
Well, there's a lot of American shit that I won't know how to say, or Canadian stuff, or French shit that I'll mispronounce. So there you go. The juice of a lemon. I've got 2 tiny manky ones here, so I'm going to use probably 1.5 actually, because these are very juicy actually for little tiny lemons. Are you laughing at the kids screaming in the background?
Because you called it, because I gave Benjamin the dregs of those chips. Bella's gone up and seen it, and now she's...
Why do you give the kids potato chips
They're not
as a
potato
snack?
chips, they're those bloody...
Whatever they are.
Healthy ones. With all the...
And fucking dinner will be ready soon. Like, just they can just wait.
I have to prepare their dinner after your video. So when's
the
this
parents
gonna be
of
done?
the people that watch this that are parents? Can you tell Yazzo that yes, kids can get a bit feral, but it's okay if they're hungry for a short amount of time.
She's back down.
Piss off. We're busy.
Benji's not giving me any chips.
Okay, he had 6 to begin with, honey. Go on, I'm going to make
No one cares. Go
delicious
away.
dinner. Go.
All right, bit of pepper. Crack some of that in there. And we want a couple of cloves of garlic just smashed up. These are tiny. I'll probably go with 3 of them. There we go. That's everything, minus the glorious butter and onion combo that we're going to hopefully not spill. Is that spilling or is it going in? Come on, Geoff, you can do it. Whoop. Oh, well, I got 90% of it in there.
Yeah, you've done well.
I should have poured it into a jug first. And then we just need to blitz the shit out of it. It's outstanding. Tangy, herby, buttery. So good. It is so good. All right. So that's the sauce is ready. I'll just pop the lid back on that for now. Attention on me, Yazzo. So that's ready. You just need to reheat it when you set it aside and reheat it when you're ready. Now, you can reheat it in the microwave gently, bit by bit by bit, 30 seconds at a time, 20 seconds at a time, depending upon how, if it's dead bloody cold or if it's just warm like this on the side. Now, it'll keep for weeks in the fridge. It will turn basically a butter consistency because of all the butter that you've got in there. Just gently reheat it in the microwave and you're fine. Elsewise, you can eat it. Elsewise? Is that a word? Otherwise, you can heat it on the stovetop, but very gently because the butter will split. Now, if it splits, no panic. All you need to do is basically re-blitz it to re-emulsify it back into that kind of consistency. So, that's that. What's next? Let's put the Kamado Joe on to get it up to temperature. Now, we want to set up the Kamado Joe with for reverse searing our steaks because these steaks... got them from Costco here in Melbourne at the Ringwood store. You can see these are strip steaks or porterhouse if you're in Australia. Don't know why we call things different names, but anyway, you can see the lovely marbling through these steaks. Are going to be magnificent, but they are quite thick. So the reverse sear is the way to go in my opinion. We'll set up the Kamado Joe with a indirect side and a direct side. So we will reverse sear these until they hit our lovely mid-rare temperature, and then we'll grill them off to finish. So let's get the Kamado Joe fired up and then we'll get started on these fries. Welcome to my garage, where we like to fry because who the hell wants frying smells inside, right? Okay, so 130 degrees Celsius, we're going to do a first fry for around about 5 minutes. Put a few of these in here, Yazzo. About that many. So the goal is we will cook these just before they start to get coloured. We don't want any colour at this point in time. We're cooking the moisture out of them basically, and then once they're done, we're going to put them on a tray and put them in the freezer for about half an hour or until the steak is ready to sear off basically. So what we'll do is while the steak is resting, we'll get them out of the freezer and do the final fry. Okay, so we're about at 5 minutes here. These are basically cooked now, but they are soggy and not crispy on the outside. So what we're going to do is drain these off. We'll get these in the freezer and we want to chill them right down, probably for about half an hour or so. And essentially what that will do is enable us to get a really crisp finish. All right, we're good to go here. Kamado Joe is set for 140 degrees Celsius. We're looking for a cook time of somewhere around half an hour, internal temp of about 54 degrees Celsius, which means I'm going to finish after I sear it at about 58, which is a good kind of medium rare, heading into sort of medium-ish, which is where I like it and where Yazzo tends to like it. If you want it a little bit less done or a little bit more done, then adjust the temperatures to suit yourself. All right, so now we need to fire up the Kamado Joe to somewhere around 300 degrees Celsius and we'll get these seared off. Let's go.
I'm excited.
All right, so we want a minute or so aside here. Oh, yeah. Give it a little press to get some nice contact. And we can go basically lid up here, Yazzo. Alright, a couple minutes over, let's go. Okay, while the steaks are resting, let's get these fries back in. So they've been in the freezer the entire time while we've been prepping. We'll do them in a couple of batches, that'll be right. 190 for a couple of minutes until they're coloured up. First batch done, that was about 3 to 4 minutes actually. So we'll get these into the tray, drain those off. Nice and crunchy, which is good. Just hit them with a little bit of salt straight away. Lovely. And we'll quickly do the second batch. All right, Yazzo. I am very happy with this, I've got to say. This has turned out magnificent. The chips are crunchy. They're kind of like Macca's fries, actually, a little bit.
You've said that a couple of times.
I think. Did I say that already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try this. Entrecote sauce. If you're thinking...
Looks like pea puree.
Oh, don't say that. If you're thinking that chimichurri is better, let me tell you, you're wrong. My goodness. It's so good. It's just, it's incredible. It's the best, it is the best steak sauce there is, bar none. What do you think, Yazzo? Here you go. Meow.
Yum.
My goodness me. Please, hang on. My God. Please make it. Hang on, wait. Please make it. Please comment. Please tell me what you think. I challenge you that it's the best. It's way better than chimichurri. It's so much better than chimichurri. And yeah, it's got a whole stick of butter, so it's probably
Yeah, but look how much you've made.
There's probably a fair reason
How
why.
much you used.
As I said, this lasts in the refrigerator for literally weeks on end. It will go kind of like a paste, kind of like a butter. It'll be like a green butter in the fridge, but it won't go off, and well, at least not for weeks anyway. And you just slowly reheat it in the microwave, give it a little stir. It goes on beef, it goes on chicken, it goes on fish, it goes on absolutely everything, and you're going to love
Roast
it. I promise
veggies.
you. What?
Roast veggies.
Roast veggies as well. Yes, absolutely. Just magnificent, really. Except the camera died for the end of that, so we needed to do a retake at the end just to say goodbye. And Annabella's filming this one. Annabelle. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. That was a great cook. As I said, please give it a go. Let me know what you think. We'll see you on the next one.
Subscribe.